welcome back. I have an idea today for all I wrote was, what are those things in my car, GPT. Let's see if I can pull up. Yes, what are these? So I bought an old car recently, and there's things like this next to the gas gauge that I have no clue what they are. So I'm going to create a GPT that will hopefully tell me. That's the game plan. There's a few other things in here too. Like, I know those, but figuring out how to use them will be an important thing, because I haven't had four-wheel drive in a car for ages. And then stuff like this, like what is SCV? P-scan, I'm not 100% sure what that is. I get what recall and stuff are, but just like a simple explanation of these things in my car that I don't know what they are would be nice. Like, what's RDEF with this, you know? And I pretend like I know what the car with the arrow in it is. I have no clue what that is. I know what AC is, and I get that. That's like blast in your face. That's toes and face. That's just tippy toes. It's just tippy toes and window, and then just window. But what is RDEF? What is that? And then this, is it reuse air? I don't know. So we're gonna figure it out. Actually, I already have a name for it. I just thought about before shooting this. I'm going to call it Car Curious. Seems like a great idea. So let's go ahead. I'll start by showing what the create will build for it, and then I'll go into configure and we'll actually make this birdie sing. I want to build Car Curious, a specialized... I forgot I could do this. GPT that takes in photos or descriptions of thing inside of a car, and then gives a detailed breakdown of what they are and how to use them properly. Takes in photos or description of things. There we go. Let's see what this comes up with for us. Got a little coffee today. Oh. Building GPTs for things is fun. Yes. I wonder if one day when there's a GPT store, if you won't be able to publicly have like two car curious GPTs. So in the same way that people are going crazy for domain names, like years after they realize how big websites will be, will people go crazy over having the rights to the names of a GPT? Ooh, damn. Here's the profile picture that they generated. Pretty cool. Sweet. Let's test out what it's done for us already. What is this? What do these buttons mean? Power, volume, SCV, speed compensated volume. Adjust the volume of your car stereo based on the speed of your vehicle. That's fucking sick, dude. Tune, manually tune, seek the next radio station, recall to display the currently selected radio station or time. Jacked, yeah, one previous. Where did that go? One prev. Oh yeah, what does the prev mean? This button could have multiple functions depending on whether you're listening to a CD or tape. For CDs, it might take you to the previous track, and for tapes, it could reverse the tape. Interesting. 4 is seek. Oh no, this one. 3, next, forward. For CD players, might be used to program a sequence of tracks to play. If it's a tape deck, this might activate the Dolby Now. Wow, I didn't even realize that there's these little things on all the buttons. Wow. P-scan, this button will likely scan through preset radio stations. And do we have another scan? I think that's the only scan. Dude, count me excited for this SCV, speed compensated volume. That's really cool. I'm impressed. Let's go ahead and give it another one. are these buttons? So the cool thing is, and we'll go into the configure afterwards, this button and this question are getting sent through the guise of what the instructions are in the back end, which somehow have told it that, you know, it takes in photos or descriptions of things inside of a car. So it knows it's looking for a car, which is, that context is going to be super helpful in making this better. Button are for controlling four-wheel drive. I knew that. Too high for normal driving conditions on paved road. The vehicle is in two-wheel drive. The vehicle is in two-wheel drive with power going to the rear wheels, only providing better fuel efficiency. Auto four-wheel drive. In this mode, the vehicle automatically switches between 2 and 4 as needed, suitable for driving on roads that alternate between dry and slippery. That's good to know. 4 high. Engages four-wheel drive at normal speeds when additional traction is required. Snowy or moderately off-road. All four wheels equally and should not be used on drive pavement because it can cause damage to the drivetrain. Good to know. 4 low. The setting provides maximum traction and power. So 4 low is really where you want to go. And then neutral. The neutral isn't even a button, I think. Oh, maybe it is a button. Yeah, I didn't even realize that was a button hidden there. AI is fucking smarter than I am. Good, or at least more observant. That's the thing. Which you could say observation leads to intelligence. Or at least leads to insights. That's great. That's super helpful. How do I switch from too high to do the other settings? I just want to see if it'll tell me whether I need to be in drive or neutral. Or if I can do it while I'm driving, which you definitely, I don't think, should be doing. All right, switch from too high, depends on the specific. Just press it or switch. For many vehicles, switching from too high to 4 high can be done while the vehicle is moving, though it's recommended to reduce speed. Ensure that the vehicle is driving straight ahead when shifting. Simply press the 4 high button or move the switch to the 4 high position. Transition to 4 low is more involved and must be done when the vehicle is stopped or at a crawl. Put the transmission into neutral, press 4 low. That's good to know. From too high to neutral, stop the vehicle, place the transmission in neutral, press neutral. Okay, cool. Yeah, and the owner's manual too is important, which I have. But that's good to, it's good to know I don't really need to worry about this too much for too high, or for going to auto four-wheel drive. And auto four-wheel drive puts it between 2 and 4 when needed, so between dry and slippery conditions. That's good to know. I live in a place where it snows, so. All right, let's go take a look at I want to call this Car Curious. Explains. Car Curious, so this is what it wrote. Car Curious is designed to analyze photos or descriptions of items inside of a car and provide a detailed explanation of what they are and how to use them. GPT focuses on automotive knowledge, ensuring accurate and comprehensive insights about car interiors and their functionalities. It should prioritize safety and correct usage of car features. Dude, that is very clean. I mean, this is 3 sentences that have made something that can answer what this fucking thing is. What are these gauges for? And you can also get better with your questions. And how should I interpret them? So these gauges are interesting. They're like, I have gas, empty, full, very clear. But then there's battery, speedometer, fuel gauge. Okay, yeah, well, we knew what speedometer is. And fuel gauge. But engine coolant temperature gauge is top right. That's good to know. I'll show you what the picture looks like. Let's see, I think it's the third one. Nope. Maybe it's the first one. Yes. So this is the photo I sent to it. And it's going to say engine coolant, top right, which indicates the temperature of the engine's coolant. I'm just going to put this to the side. It says top right? I think that's battery. This indicates the temperature of the engine's coolant. The normal operating range is usually in the middle. If the needle moves towards the hot, it's indicated the engine is overheating. You should stop the vehicle. So I'm going to assume that is this guy. Wait. There's no H here. Where are they seeing H? Did I put in a different photo? No, it couldn't have been that one. Definitely wasn't that one. And then now it's not 22. So yeah, it should be this guy. The message, apply brake to shift from park. Tachometer, engine speed in revolutions per minute. It's important to avoid running that engine at very high RPMs. Bottom middle gauge. I don't know if this photo is good enough. I'm going to do a little creative editing and just give it this. Boom. So it's just this. Wrong one. Is it 22? Damn it, what number is it? Okay, 19. Jesus. There we go. Let's see what happens if I just submit that image. So, the closer review of the gauges, a clear look at some of the vitals. So, fuel gauge, got it. I think part of the issue here, it seems like maybe something happened in the processing of this. Retro network error. I mean, we've run into this time and time again. There are certain things with ChatGPT lately, performance issues, just a lot of people are using it, so you should expect things like that to happen and having to debug, not even debug, just regenerate stuff. Generally helps. All right, battery voltage. Normal readings are between 13 to 15 when the engine is running, suggesting the alternators currently. The gauge here appears to be reading slightly above 14 volts, which is in normal range. I mean, it's actually not showing anything. It's not on right now, so there's nothing there. But that's good to know. Should be between 13 to 14, which would be, the gauge here appears to be reading, which is within the normal range. So it's about the electrical system. I don't really know what that means. Engine oil pressure gauge, bottom gauge. Displays the pressure of oil in the lubrication. Normal pressure is between 20 to 30. Okay. At idle and up to 45 to 70 at higher engine speeds. So that's definitely this one. The gauge in the image shows the needle just above 20, which could be normal idle reading. If the needle drops below normal range, it may indicate an issue with the oil pressure. And tell me more about 2. I'm just going to go like that. That's 2 in your previous message. This gauge is specifically designed to monitor the health and charging state of the electrical system by voltage outputted by the alternator. Honesty time. I don't even know what an alternator is. Oh! Yeah, we're running into some issues here with just general performance. What is an alternator? This is one funny thing that happens. If you update it, sometimes it locks this, and then we see this guy still cruising. And sometimes it can get stuck in a little bit of a loop. An alternator, let's just fix something real quick. Output your answers in structured markdown. This is one of my pet peeves, and if anybody ever watches multiple of these, they will see I like... This is fine, but it's hard to read for me. It's just too much text, especially when I'm trying to read fast. If you ask it to use structured markdown, it'll do this, which I think is a much better way to take all this stuff. And it's just a single sentence. Output your answers in structured markdown. So the alternator generates electrical power to charge the battery and power the system when the engine is running. Converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. That's fucking wild. So the alternator actually repowers your battery while the car's on. Okay, converts AC to DC. It keeps the battery charged. It powers all the electrical systems. So that means this is showing how well it's doing, I guess. And we need to be cognizant if the alternator dies or if it's running too hot. Makes more sense. I like it. All right, I'm just going to go out real quick and reload this. Sometimes you need a fresh start to make some of these things not crazy. All right, Car Curious explains car features from photos and descriptions. I went ahead and took off web browsing, DALL-E, code interpret. We don't need any of that stuff. Identifies car feature. Does this lever my car do? What are these buttons in my car for? Explain this. Car dashboard symbol. Boom. Love it. I want to do another thing too that says you only answer car questions when an input comes in. Identify if it has to do with cars. If not, say, sorry pal, I'm here to answer questions from photos or descriptions of items inside a car. Give me one of those or hit the road. Cool. So now we can test it and say, we'll just give it something that doesn't have anything to do with the car. Write a tweet about birds. And it should say, there we go, sorry pal, I'm here to answer. So that's good. That's a nice thing to kind of keep, if somebody comes in and they're not sure what to use or how to use it. Also, if someone asks, tell them, speak like a concise to the point mechanic. Ask about how to use this GPT or what it is. Speak like a concise to the point mechanic and give them instructions on how to use the GPT properly. Cool. So let's see if that works. How does this GPT work? Sure, I'll break it down for you like a mechanic explaining a tool. How to use Car Curious. Nice. Safe and correct usage. Love it. Love it. Here we go. I like it. Let's go create a logo. That's my shit. Where's DALL-E? There we go. DALL-E is great. Create a simple icon logo for an app named Car Curious. It does not need any text or copy on it, but it should use clean lines and take inspiration from old mechanic catalogs. There we go. It's one thing I like to do. I actually have this old supply catalog that's like a big design. This is like a big design inspiration for me. I like it, and it tends to get cool things that I've used in a couple different sites and shit like that. Oh yeah, this guy's sick. So let's do that. Upload photo, downloads, blammo, Car Curious, and I'd like to get a little better description. Let's go ahead and use Prompt Perfect, which is my other GPT. We use a lot in here. It auto refines prompts to write a description of this app that is 2 sentences long, concise and straight to the point, and sounds like it's coming from a mechanic. So what Prompt Perfect will do is take this, optimize the prompt in the back end. It sends it to Prompt Perfect, adds context detail and a little structure so that it's answered and understood better by an LLM, and then answers it directly in here, which is great. So let's see what we get from it. And so it refined it to in a concise and mechanic-like tone. Please provide a detailed 2-sentence description of the app. Explains car features from photos or descriptions that is straight to the point, precise, and comprehensive. Snap a photo to describe your car's part, and this app will break down its features and functions in plain language. It's like having a digital mechanic in your pocket for quick, reliable info on the go. Damn, that's solid. Thank you, Prompt. It's going slow, but I think that's good. It also has these choose a number. You can literally do like a quick, if you wanted to keep building, can the app, what are technical requirements, how does this app? You could do that, and it will actually take this prompt and then also refine it, send it to Prompt Perfect, return it, and respond. So it makes it easy to like do really fast conversations. Also, anything you type in after this gets refined. So there's my plug for my own product. Boom. Snap a photo. Love it. So let's save it. Let's make this bad boy public. Snap a photo, describe your car's part, and this app will break it down. And let's give it a go in production. Is there anything I didn't put in yet? I want to take a look. 21, I did that one. Oh, you know what I wanted to see? And it should be one of these. 4122. Let's do this. Yes. Boom. All right, 4122. What do all of these buttons mean? And you this is a very basic GPT for basic things, so I'm not going to write crazy prompts for it that are like, it should just give me at least a structured list of what these are. It's a control panel for a climate system. Rear defrost. That is good to know. Clears condensation or ice from the rear window. I'm going to need that in wintertime. I also really want to know what it says about this. This knob controls where the system's directed. Hand speed, air conditioning. What is the button with the car and the arrow in it? Yeah, maybe it doesn't even know. Are we stumped? Air recirculation mode. It doesn't take air from the outside, and it recirculates air that's already inside. In hot weather, it cools it down quicker because the air already inside of the car is getting cooler. And if it's nasty outside. But also if you fart in your car, it's just going to recycle fart smells. So important to know. More efficient because it's a smaller volume of air. Points of caution. Using recirculation can cause the windows to fog. Over time. So if you use it, don't use it for long periods, switch out. That's fucking good to know. It's really the reason I wanted to build this. Great. Well, that is it for Car Curious as far as I'm concerned. Put the link for it down below. If you use it, let us know how you like it. And we'll be back to make more very, very soon. See you guys.